Morning. In this video, I want to talk about what things are of value to a dog and what things are valued to humans. For a dog, water and food in these round bowls is of value to the dog. It is so valuable to them. It's like guarding their bank account, and that's like in some banks they have security guards. Some people have alarm systems on their house because you're guarding what you find is valuable. In the dog world, these bowls with water and food in them, all these bowls have water or food, and for your dog, they are valuable. And some dogs will guard their bowls of water or food. Or some dogs will guard what you call toys to them is of value. And the problem is people will put these bowls in their kitchen areas, coming into their doorways, and well, it's not a problem, but it can become a problem. And I wouldn't be doing these videos if I didn't deal with a lot of problem situations and changing behavior. Now, a lot of people will have these bowls in places where your dog, you got to start seeing what your dog's behavior is doing. They're little signs. They're so small when they're puppies, and they're so small when you bring a new older dog in the house. But some of the signs are a dog that when you go in the kitchen, or you notice that when you have company over, the dog tends to be just circling a lot in the area. You might not realize it, but it's within a certain proximity of their dish. So resource guarding, guarding what is of value, is what I want to talk about today. Now, when we have a dog that is a resource guarder, in anything I teach, I shape behavior and get a good foundation. If you were to pick a teacher, a company to work for, or a teacher for your children, you would want to make sure that that teacher or the company you're going to work for is fair. The teacher is fair on how it teaches your child. If you bring a 3-year-old to a teacher and the teacher starts teaching that 3-year-old how to write its name, and the teacher gets frustrated because if the child can't write its name yet, and the teacher corrects the child by, whatever, removing the child from the classroom or making the child sit in timeout, that's not fair. You have to build a foundation. That's where I'm going with this. Same with dogs. You don't start correcting a dog. There is no such thing as all positive training. We either take away something of value, so that becomes a negative. But once we teach the dog the desired behavior, then we can correct it. So if you have a dog that is resource guarding, you don't want to yell at your dog, no. What we have to do is back up and teach the dog that you don't do that with humans or other dogs, that we have to teach that dog that it doesn't need to protect those things. Now, some dogs it will never change with, and you will always have to manage the situation if the dog has rehearsed it way too many times, being a guarder. Some of you know I do not like feeding in dog dishes when I'm building foundations or skills for the dog. I like to feed with either, you'll see that I have a bait bag on, or today I have something higher of value than the dog food in these dishes, so that when he's in the command of with me, he stays in the command of with me. And he's a little rusty on that, so we're working on it. He's here for a review, but what I'm trying to share with you today is I'm going to walk a dog through his dog food. He hasn't been fed. We've gone on a nice walk. We did a few commands out on our walk to refresh his mind, because this particular case, this owner is not consistent with what the words mean. So for instance, I don't say leave it to these dog dishes, because I'm going to allow him to eat from a dish again. I'm going to allow him to drink water again from a bowl. But when I ask the dog to be with me and he's in a command and I know he knows the command, I can correct and adjust him for not staying with me. So he doesn't have the choice to eat or drink water. Now some of you think, well, that's really mean. Well, I don't know about you, but when I go to work, I don't have a free range to get to eat anytime I want, okay? And yet I'm self-employed. I really could. But I think you understand my point. When you're on a job, you stay focused on the job. When you're on a break, you can go do those things. So he'll get a break and he gets all these things. So I'm not being mean, I'm being a fair teacher to teach you. And this is a good exercise, by the way. We start out with this. This is a great exercise if you don't want your dog eating things while you're out at the park. Because there's going to be people that drop food, gum. Gum is very dangerous for a dog. And so it's important that you're very consistent in what you want. And again, the owner of this dog was saying the word leave it for a dog toy that she was ready to play with, but she was also using leave it to not go after the chickens next door. Now that's a mixed message. So leave it for that dog meant, okay, don't touch my toy, but after she throws it, I can go get it. So that's all that meant. But then the dog will also think later, she's saying leave it for the chickens now. Later the dog's going to go get a chicken. Leave it for me means you never get it. You never get what I asked you to leave. Never. Bottom line. Sit means to sit, not get up. That is a stay. Down means down until I release you. So you have a release word. Very simple words. But people get their puppies and their new dogs, whether you get a dog from a rescue, and they start giving it commands. I want you to remember the 3-year-old child that doesn't know how to write its name, or a child that is 15 years old that just came to a new country, doesn't even speak the language, and somebody's yelling at the child to write their name in English. Not fair. Not fair. So I don't tend to use words at the beginning. I do a lot of foundation work. Foundation work is when the dog for several days is following me and getting fed. Follow me, turn this way and get fed. And then I can layer it with words based on the age of the dog. But new puppies, 8 weeks old, it's all that first month is about following me, shaping behavior, and marking it either with a clicker or a yes. And that marks behavior. So I'm going to do a little demonstration of him walking through these bowls, and it's going to be a with me. It's not a forced heel in any way. It's just that I want you right by my side, and you're not to leave my side. And as he goes through it, I'm going to reward him with a higher value item so that he sees that I'm a fair teacher. Oh, if I don't touch that, I get something better, okay? So that's the trick as we layer the dog to not worry about dog dishes, and when I ask him to be with me, he comes to my side. Now, there's another method, of course, to teach the dog to back out of a bowl, and that's another lesson, and I am going to teach him also, this particular dog, I want to teach him that when he's in the middle of eating, to back out. Now, a lot of teachers do not agree with that, but when we're living in households with children and humans, it's a really good thing to teach your dog to back out of their dish so the human can walk by and maybe pick it up for some reason. I don't know why, but for some reason. But your dog should be able to release what they're eating and know that you're going to be fair and give them either something better or they're going to, have a higher value coming. I never remove anything out of a dog's mouth. I'm always exchanging it for something. When I teach a word for a dog to release something from their mouth at the beginning, I'm always giving them something of higher or equal value so the dog will release the item. I don't use the word out because too many people will yell at their dog and go, outside, outside, let's go out. So you got to be careful what words you're using in the house that the dog will pick up. All right? This is a short little demonstration. Got my higher value right here. And we're going to walk him through. Next, give me. Right here. Good. Here. Good. He touched my hand. I like that. I'm going to get a sit. Good. Down. Nope. Down. Good. Higher value. Let's go with me. Sit. That was just my hand giving him a signal, and then he got a reward. Down. Good. Stay. This one I'm going to try to recall him through the dishes. Max, here. Good boy. Sit. Okay. Again, these are filled with dog. So I didn't say leave it. It's just no, not a choice. Good job. With me. Good boy. Good boy. Down. Good. Stay. And there you have it. And I'll show you. I mean, these are filled with dog food. And guess what I'm going to do? See, then I'm going to bring the dog food in my hand to the dog. Good job. I can do that. I'm the resource, not the bowl. I bring you the valuable things. I own these bowls. The things that remember, I'm going to remind you as far as toys. Toys are a resource for a dog. Make sure your dog's not starting to circle, growl at another pack member, you know, and you think it's cute, you think it's funny. It's not. It can become a serious situation when dogs start resource guarding. They also can resource guard you if you're not a leader in your teaching. Okay? You can become what the dog's guarding. It's not protecting you, it's guarding you because you're a weak link. Dogs that have a respect for you can do what he just did. He left his food. And this dog, by the way, is a food hound. I mean, he loves his food. So again, I can be fair. I'm going to bring him one of the dishes. And I'm going to dump the food right there. Dish has no value. I want these dishes to lose value. I want them to just be, they're just something on the side of the street. So please pay attention to what your dogs are doing and learn how a dog's thinking. Learn that they don't love the same way we love. They don't think the same way we think. They have feelings. They do have emotions. They are looking for great owners that are great teachers. I hope you have a great day and get out and teach your canine.